Early spring is a little difficult time out here to find food in Kansas that's growing that you don't have to hunt. But if you know what to look for, there's a lot of little stuff coming up. And when I was out mowing, I found two of them. So I thought I'd show you these two real quick. They are henbit and lamb's quarter. Henbit is pretty well known because of its fields of purple flowers that it produces. And not only is it one of the first foods for humans, but it's also one of the first foods for bees. So I like to make sure I really let the henbit bloom before I mow it down. A lot of people just find it irritating and think it's a noxious weed, but it's actually very, very important to the bees. So please let your henbit grow. It's very important if you want to have honey. For henbit, the best thing to do is just eat the purple little flowers from it. Just pull them out. That's the easy way to do it. And the little white stem of the flowers is actually the best part. That's where it's sweet. I think that's where all the nectar sits. The purple part of the flowers can actually be almost a little spicy. I don't know if I'd quite call it spicy, but henbit is considered an herb, so it can have a pretty strong flavor. You can eat all of the henbit. It's good for cooking with, for added flavor. It's supposed to be good for your gut, help with stomach trouble and whatnot. So yeah, henbit, you can eat all of it, but the flower is the best. And then lamb's quarter, it's best to find it when it's young, but also if you find a mature plant, you could just pick the small little leaves. And lamb's quarter is used pretty much wherever you would use spinach. And just like spinach, you can eat it raw, you can cook it, put it in stuff, make a salad out of it, whatever. And in the spring, when those little shoots are coming up, they are just wonderful. And I let a whole bunch of my lamb's quarter go to seed last year, so I'm getting a whole bunch of lamb's quarter growing all over my yard this year. I'm a little bit paranoid that way. I like to have a lot of food just around my house that I could possibly eat, you know. Lamb's quarter is actually edible all spring, all summer, and I think all fall too. It lasts like a long time. Seems like it'll even hang around after the first freeze. I remember when it disappears, but it's good for several months. And you know, you keep pulling the leaves on the lamb's quarter, it'll keep coming back. I don't know if you can hear me out, the wind's picking up. So that's really all I have to say in this video is pay attention to henbit and lamb's quarter this time of year if you're in the northern hemisphere, and specifically if you're in northern Kansas, because it's growing good right now. Plan on making more edible wild foods out there in the future, so subscribe if you want to see more of this.
Are you prepared to cook a meal when electricity is off? Can you stay warm in your house when the furnace isn't working? This video series is not about collecting 100,000 rounds of ammo. This series is about being prepared for events that occur every day.
Producing a tornado 3 miles to the north.
Every capable human prepares every day of our lives. We prepare to go to work. We prepare to go to bed. Heck, we even prepare to eat. Being prepared keeps us alive.